You get a perimeter alert.
Oh boy, all right, where is it?
You receive that there is movement, that there is an unidentified persons, and then that perimeter goes dark.
Okay. Any description? No?
The last message you received is that there was someone around the perimeter, and then the person, one of your offspring that was relaying this to you, disappears.
Okay. Off the brain radar, too.
Yeah.
Alright, standard procedure, all non-combatants back to the safe zones. You have at least one sentinel on them. Have a second sentinel guarding this chimera area, not like within the immediate vicinity. That's the kind of joke I would make. And then
just right on the mic.
And then the other two sentinels with me, and then Alice is gonna start walking. We've got a visitor. We should greet them. And she will also say those two sentinels that are coming with us, stay out of sight until.
Should we do something about the monster head?
That can wait. There's someone here.
Trust that it's gonna be okay.
I mean, it was okay before.
Yeah, it was pretty much dormant until you fucked with it.
Mm-hmm. This is a weird question. She's gonna toy around with that. She's making her way towards the area. Are there any like species that she didn't have access to before that she has with the new finger, or is it the same?
You receive memories of creatures that don't exist anymore.
Okay. Huh, alright.
Of things that you made before.
Sure.
Fuck is a cat?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
There are like small, warm weather creatures that have no place in this world anymore. But yeah, you return topside, and you take, I don't know, I guess like the outskirts, or where do you go?
Basically, where we last heard the perimeter, she's going to investigate.
That was like an outside perimeter. It's like a mile out.
Oh gosh, okay. In that case, she's just gonna, just basically the edge of the city.
Yeah.
I would keep. Milo, you have a weapon, right? You have some sort of firearm or other.
Oh, Jeremiah's shit.
I have a firearm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
No.
He has fire. He has.
That's right. Oh.
Very, very clever. But remember what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I was just thinking I might just like break off some sort of like icicle or something.
Can I see if I have it?
So
Don't you have guns here?
Yeah, I mean you have a gun.
Yes, several guns.
Do I?
He has a thermite gun, and then he has
a revolver, a compact. Oh, he has 5 regalia guns.
Oh.
Yeah, you just have that.
I will give.
So you have a compact sniper.
He
so you have 3 more.
He leans up against the wall. What do you want? What do you want?
Well, okay, you're not gonna be able to in-universe pull things out of your ass.
Why not?
You have to do that out of universe.
Okay, he's gonna say.
So
I'll rephrase it.
Ask Austin what does he want, and then you can say that.
What do you want, kid?
I do think that PK left all of her weapons with Milo.
Yes.
I don't know where that is though.
Probably up his ass.
So I'm gonna say, what gun do you want to give to Stag?
Something with, like, something
serotonin gun.
Hits pretty easily.
Man, you don't know how not gun that sentence was.
Here, I'll tell you what. I know PK has like a little gun, like a little pistol, and you can have that. How about that?
I wanted to give him.
I know you had a shotgun at some point too. It really doesn't matter.
You could just give him the compact.
Not my compact. I'm gonna give him a shotgun.
All right, you're giving a shotgun.
You have a shotgun now.
What kind of shotgun do you want? Because I'm all up for flavor.
It's Boss 12.
So just an auto shotgun? Alright.
What do you mean? What's that?
What do you mean by
that? So
auto
shotgun is it's semi-automatic auto chambering.
Yeah, that one.
Automatic.
Seth's mini gun facts. Spaz 12 is both a semi-auto feeder and optional pump feeding. So if you want, you can fire underpowered things like slugs, dragon's breath, and flashes, and it will, you can manually chamber it. But you can also fire it semi-automatic. So I think you're just standing there on the outskirts of the city.
Yeah, I mean, she's just like looking and watching. Like, all right, how's a little miffed today? A lot of people are dying out of nowhere. She's not too happy about that.
Oopsie.
Yeah, the death toll for today is kind of high.
Not very happy. All right, what are we looking at? Do we see anything immediately?
Not immediately, but very quickly. You see a dot on the horizon.
Okay. She's gonna have some of her like high flyer like ravens or what have you.
You could just have ravens go out.
Just go out and like take a look. I'm like, all right, what are we looking at here?
It looks to be a sand skiff.
Sand skiff, okay.
As I described this before, this is a thermal engine. It's called a blaster. It is a fast-moving hover ship type that uses a forge core to blast itself over the sand.
Okay.
This looks to be a very small one. So you would assume single passenger.
Is the passenger visible? Can we see?
Just sort of hunkered down. Not clearly visible, no.
Okay.
Moving fast.
Yeah. It's strange that it's only one person, which is why I'm concerned. Like we get various dune caravans from time to time. I believe that's how I met you, but just a single person, full tilt,
and it's going right towards you. You receive from your your 15-mile mark that there are no others.
Okay.
And they have closed the perimeter around him.
Okay, so I think what she's going to do actually is she's going to take her own skiff out.
You're gonna go meet him?
Yeah.
Milo, Stag, you hop on? Yeah.
I'll hop on the side. Yeah.
And she's gonna take one sentinel with her.
Oh yeah. What vehicle are you driving? What is this?
I'm thinking like.
Is it like a rover like we've discussed earlier?
I'm thinking like the vehicle equivalent is like an off-road like pickup truck.
It would have to be a little bigger, but.
Well, yeah, sure. I guess.
I think this is the. Remember, I described the segmented, the sort of dune crawler.
No, way too big. Much smaller than that. Like a.
You have to carry a sentinel.
Well, I mean, I kind of imagine he would just like sit in the back.
Not that like they're big. Remember?
Yeah.
But
put him in transformers
one of
mode,
those.
have him turn into a little piece of block metal.
Actually, can they fly?
Turn him into a Rubik's
I mean, they
Cube.
can. If they fly, their wingspan is gonna be massive. But yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, basically, the what Alice is trying to do is meet this person.
Yeah.
Without
you're driving to intercept.
Without being like, yes. Also, by the way, here are a bunch of freaks. Like she doesn't want to open with that.
Ah, yes.
Right?
Yeah, basically, she wants to keep in the back until.
Of course.
Isn't it flying though?
No, it's not flying. We've decided because of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Though it might have the ability to. So yeah, we zoot out.
Yep. You take your. Because I want to establish like a set amount of vehicles.
That's fine.
But you take a crawler out.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it sort of redirect course towards you as you become visible.
Mm-hmm.
Once he gets within about 100 yards, you see it banks, and he banks again, and then he hard turns and he flips side and throws the thrusters out sideways and starts to come to a halt.
Doesn't kick dust out of him.
Showboat over here.
Well, to be fair, he was moving. You probably clock him at like 90, 100 miles.
My guy is in a rush.
Oh my
He's he's driving a rocket pod basically, so he's doing that to slow down.
Sure.
So you see it fire the thrusters at full blast, and it eventually come to a halt, and see the sort of kickstands plant themselves in the sand as this figure gets off. Did you stop any ways away?
How do you mean?
Like how far away did you stop your vehicle, or did you roll right up next to him?
I'd say about like 20 feet.
Yeah. And that this person has gotten off, and they're standing there wearing.
What?
But they're standing there. They're wearing a. You call it just a pilot's jacket. Pretty much just a nondescript flight jacket and impact helmet.
Okay.
Just big, solid black, blasted leather. Now they're just standing there staring at you.
Yeah, she'll approach. It masked up, of course.
Milo, where are you?
Just right in the car.
Stag, where are you?
I'm sitting on the side of the car like a Giga Chad. I'm hanging off like those dumpster
And
guys.
Milo, I assume you have the cloak up, right? Cowl up, face hidden, all that.
Yeah.
Ass up, face down.
But he's just sort of standing there staring at you as you approach. Yeah, are you wearing your mask?
Yeah, just a little wave. Hello.
I'm the only normal person in this group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that you under there?
Do I recognize his voice?
I don't know why you would.
Baby, that depends. I don't recognize you.
No, it's definitely not.
Oh.
No, I'm looking for someone. You see them turn back to your rover and scan over Stag, and then move
squat with the shotgun on my right shoulder.
Move to Milo. He like tilts.
If you're looking for someone out here, there must be a quite the peculiar individual.
Nothing but
You
boys.
could definitely say that about him. Although he's missing his usual company.
Sweating.
I suppose I should ask then, who are you and who are you searching for?
I would appreciate it if he introduced himself first. I think he knows who he is.
Well, I guess yeah, I'm too tired for that. Hello.
So he reaches up and he disengages the windshield and takes the visor out, slides the helmet off. It is, you would call this late 40s, early 50s, maybe. He looks pretty young, but he's got some gray starting to streak through his hair. Close cut, nice cropped beard. Milo,
Yeah.
you recognize this face immediately. This is a face that shouldn't be looking back at you. Because the last time you saw it, he was chained to a table in the Priceley estate. Victor Priceley stands in front of you.
Return of the King.
Looking like, you know, a lot. Are you? Okay, like you know, are you missing the same context than I am right now, or what's going on with you, Victor? I believe.
You'd be correct.
Are you still made of metal and going insane?
I thought you were perhaps a little faster than that, but to answer your question, he raises his hand. Like there's, you see a glove there,
Just a
and
prank?
the glove on his right hand. The two fingers on it are loose. I feel you may remember this,
What do you mean?
or your excluded company would remember it. And where is she?
Does that know Victor?
You do. When you were hired by Regalia, it was to track down this guy.
Remember Raptor, Wires Lady?
Yes. Oh, that was so long ago. God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
No, I'm
yeah.
not gonna remember that. Shit.
Anyway, but the dude who was basically in charge of that.
All you need to know is the time you met Milo, you were all teaming up to hunt down this guy, and
Alright.
you thought he died because that was when rats happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll assume you're surprised to see me.
I should put a hole in your chest.
Don't worry, I leave many people breathless.
I'm wondering if I still have an obligation to my last job.
What's the deal with
Me being alive.
No, talk to me about Minar. Is she well?
You know you have to be the single boldest, least concerned soul I've ever met.
So do they assume that you know?
Yes, Milo.
And you were there at... I don't know why you didn't directly come after me and instead you went after who.
I did not. I was never there, Milo.
No way.
You are, I presume, referring to my decoy.
No way. What do you mean decoy? The one that you saw at the Priceley estate?
As you've no doubt surmised, it's quite easy to replicate a face and put it on another body. Yes. Yeah, he sort of gestures south.
I suppose so.
So you're not a robot?
No, I am quite, in fact, the original model.
Did you know that? Richard was at the facility that day at the theater.
I've heard, yes.
All right.
But I'm sorry to clearly there are a lot of questions that you need to answer, and but my immediate concern is how you were able to find Milo here.
Roughly, I would say 28 hours ago, an Inquisitor was killed. Then, roughly 19 hours ago, another Inquisitor was killed.
What do you... Well, I mean...
Wouldn't know anything about
One of those aren't our fault.
Man,
No,
they must have just
no, it is
been
not. It
crap at their
happened.
job. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not, dude. They just kind of suck. It's
That's
not
crazy. They
about
must
that
have
No,
just
it happened.
fallen off that.
It happened 400 miles away from you.
Okay.
Yet,
Honestly, we have no idea what that's about.
the coincidence of these things being that Regalia was there. So then I thought that surely you would be with her, but as I looked further into the incident, I was incorrect. Then you seemed to just drop this trail into my hands. It wasn't
Okay.
too hard to find you.
We
after
get to the
that.
part where you killed Jonathan Glee.
You see him pause for a moment, and he smiles, and it is the single most malicious
Lovely.
thing you've ever seen.
There
And
it is.
he chuckles. You don't know, do you? I was never in Griot. I was
Yeah.
never near the city that day.
Okay.
Richard Strauss killed your...
You know, that was a very instinctual assumption on my part, but hearing it come out of your mouth feels like a lot of sense. I don't know any of the...
That backhanded snake was attempting to frame me and, well, remove my father.
Your father is someone to be admired and regard.
You see like a little head tilt on Alice's part there, like, yeah, okay. I
Is your father-
assume, given Alice's
go
knowledge
here?
of everything, she kind of like is be able to read the room.
So does your dad know, like, his son is walking and talking again?
No, he does not.
Is Hound? No. Wolf? What's the guy with...
Fox,
No.
Wolfhound.
Wolfhound, right? Yeah.
That is...
No, he does not either.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Well, I am curious. Again, I'm sorry to disrupt it. It's seems pressing. I get to these more questions regarding our own safety, I suppose. I think I've gathered what I need to make a reasonable conclusion on who you are. I know what you do for a living. Why is there a dialogue happening here? Why are we not being attacked? Are you stalling for that?
You see him sort of twitch slightly and... Unfortunately, 12 years ago I was removed, in a sense. They found my methods...
Too extreme.
What were their words? Barbaric. I disagree. I believe that my tactics are, to a fault, efficient. What I do agree with their reasoning would be my personal exploits. To that I have no defense. But this one, he gestures at Milo, you have wronged me.
From what I've heard, I am inclined to agree, admittedly.
Though, perhaps...
So I killed your mom who was trying to kill me. Isn't that the way things go? You seem to be the same kind of person who I was that day, no? Or are you too intellectual and egotistical to really recognize?
You fell victim to a plot. 10 years in the making. For that I cannot fault you. You did exactly as you were intended to do. Yet you didn't make an attempt on my father, which, considering my position, I would have assumed you would.
I mean, I was very, what do you call it? There's a very specific emotion for that.
Driven by a blind rage like an animal.
Yeah. It's a lot of how we do things.
I'm quite aware.
Though
And he was aware of it as well.
He seemed, well, your father taught me that ultimately why I was angry was because I was sad, and I was sad because, you know, the things that made me angry.
While I appreciate your candor with my father, that is not who I was referring to.
What do you mean?
The Strauss head. Richard. He was quite aware of your vulnerabilities and how to best exploit them for the intended effect. He is trying to destroy us. He always has been. It's been a long time goal of his, but now with your help he has, well, almost succeeded. Had it not been for some foresight on my part, I would not be standing here otherwise.
Sounds like I have a very strong ultimatum to choose from.
And what would those choices be?
Most logical one is to kill Richard, but I've been killing people for other people for...
I would ask you step up and try your hand.
I would also posit, perhaps that is not the logical one. An option to be sure, but
sense
not
to me.
the logical. Think 2 steps after. You kill Richard, what then?
I probably die.
And so you are complete and complicit. One more loose end tied up.
Mm-hmm.
And you accomplish nothing for yourself.
Or for your, damn. What was her name? Your carry-on.
Yes, that did come to mind immediately. I know she's alive.
Yes, the
That's
one
good.
who's in possession of one Richard.
There you go. Now you've linked the bridge.
You see now. None of your actions were non-predetermined. You've been playing along a course.
A very predictable person.
Except for this.
Excuse me.
This is the one decision you are capable of making that cannot be predicted. You're aware of the game now. Now, I want to know what you'll do.
I want blood for blood, but I don't want... Every time I've gone... That's just monologuing at that point, but... I assume Samara is in... Appenheim? I forget the town name.
Allenheim, yes.
Yeah.
Also Stag, very good to see you again.
Okay. If the point of you coming over, and I don't know how you figured out where he was.
I've been trained by centuries-old hunters for my entire life.
Just to threaten him with exactly what are you talking?
Not everything I say must be delivered as a threat. I am not quite so one note, Mr. Worthley.
Well, is there something that you wanted with... What is your end goal? Are you just gonna leave now? Now that you've said all your stuff? I feel like you could have done this in like a phone call.
Do you have a phone?
But if I did...
Do you have a phone?
Not one with an open signal.
Milo, do you have a phone?
Say yes, Milo. Say yes.
Yeah, what do you...
Yeah, he has a phone.
Stag just sweating
A lot
profusely.
of people have a phone, yes.
He has a phone.
Are you open source?
Okay, I'm kind of lost
I'm
on
open
what,
No,
what information
his
he's
phone is,
conveying here.
it's beside the point, but his phone is currently following the echoes of other mechanical beings.
Well,
You seem to be
This-
clarifying a lot of things,
No, no.
Victor, and it seems that you're here for a reason, to see if I may be used by you one more time.
I want to know what you will do.
Will do. It's about what I can do, and I can't do very much. And in fact, I don't want to do anything
You
at
see
all.
him lean in. You are capable of anything. If there is one thing I have learned by observing you and your many exploits, I do not believe there is something you are incapable of if you do not apply yourself.
Now you certainly sound like a good guy.
Your sheer potential for destructive output is unmatched.
Again, you see a little like from Alice, but like
it's-
You see him like look over at that for a moment.
Present company excluded. I'm inclined to believe you, however, I don't find that lifestyle very fulfilling anymore since it's gotten me where I'm at today.
And that's what has driven you down this path.
Are you offering me a chance to quit the game?
I'm offering you a chance to view your life differently.
yes, I suppose that is what I'm confused on here. What are you in the game? Are you a player? Are you a piece? Are you a spectator?
Are you trying to use him for some bullshit?
I enjoy simple things. Most of all,
Nothing about what you said was very simple.
I enjoy the hunt.
Oh shit.
You are by far the most intriguing prey I've ever set my eyes to, but
This has gotten oddly psychosexual, Victor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
right?
honest
He's like,
with you.
damn.
you've become less so. You've become predictable, chained.
It's typically how wounded people act, no?
The only harm you are experiencing is your own.
Yeah, that's why I wanted time to myself, but I never seem to get that, now do I?
You only think of your own brief personal security.
It's called a survivor's mentality, yes. I'm sure you're very familiar with that one.
Predators do not need to survive. They do not need to hide themselves. What do you think you're capable of?
This is a very dark path. Not path, but very there's a lot of things I'm capable of. I want to be capable of doing good things instead of just being a force of nature. I don't like being.
And what's standing in your way, Milo?
Well, the way I've been doing things so far has led strictly to my unhappiness, and I haven't felt like I haven't had enough time to really understand as to what the things I've been doing.
What's standing in your way?
Well, it's me. I need to figure out what they want to do.
I think if I could speak to this, from my observations, it's been a combination of fear and... Well, that's really it, just a pattern defined by fear. You're not used to... You aren't used to what you want, and so you fall back on extremes. You haven't been given the option to be normal.
There was a time in my life where I loved to be normal, but I've sort of forgotten about those feelings. I think I would like to kill Richard and leave. Just...
But why? Why?
I want to put the scales back to normal and then go away.
Thus, my terminus for business here. I'll tell you what's standing in your way. There is, thanks, a creature that has driven this world, this machine of political and military power for far too long. I have attempted to stop it myself, and he sort of gestures around. You may see how well that ended up, but I believe you may have the force necessary.
The machine figure was, because I know that my BK was seemingly absconded by some mysterious force, and I don't know if you're talking...
The world is about to devour itself.
Kind of getting the gist of that one, so we've been getting...
You, I believe, have the power to stop that.
Okay, so...
You do not know what you are, do you?
I only know what I can do and how incapable I am of doing what I want to do.
He looks over to Alice.
You haven't caught me at a great space in my life. I mean, it's not like any of this revelations inspire me to want to wake up tomorrow. Tonight's not a great day.
What if tomorrow never came?
I hate to interrupt. We all appreciate your liveliness, but I'm not so entirely convinced you came here just to give him an inspirational speech. Can you get to the point of what you want him to do now?
I'm pointing the most dangerous weapon I have access to in the right direction. That is what's standing in your way, Milo. Lack of direction. If you could...
Can you blame me?
And you see yourself as a suitable guidance for this?
I see what is. I see as I have been behind the curtain, as it were. The eye of the storm resides in Apentalis. If it is not stopped suitably near enough, I believe this world will fail.
Well, then give me the rundown. Am I supposed to just shoot myself in the cannon at Apentalis and
Oh, however
emulate and
you
explode?
wish to do so, yeah, I don't believe I need to give you guidance on causing destruction. You are quite capable. But I am here to give you the guidance that you lack. I have a purpose. I know exactly what I must do in life.
Was this self-actualized? Did you figure this out for yourself, or?
I was born to hunt and to kill. I have never once doubted these two things, and I have never once questioned my place in life.
Can I, is it perception or investigation? I want to roll something to see how genuine he seems.
So that'd be sense motive.
Sense motive.
Oh, sense motive, there you go, D6.
Oh,
That's a 4.
not very good. Okay, well, that helped nothing.
He looks impassioned as he's speaking.
And you just suddenly decided to be a good person and come, let us know that the world is ending and we should go stop it. And
Yeah, my
everything.
I think
I feel like he's just coming from mutual interest. None of us want the world to end, no?
Well,
I am part of it.
He's putting forth what his perspective is, and I respect that for sure.
Also,
I
to
can't
give
exactly
you...
run away and go anywhere. I mean,
you're just gonna just shoot off. Good luck. Right into, the worst part of Apentalis right now. Right into a war zone, right?
Where else will you run?
I kind of like it here. It's nice. There's
Will it remain here
tea,
forever?
coffee.
The waves of war will cover this land.
Are you going to give us any assistance, or are you just gonna...
I'm telling you exactly where your enemy lies.
maybe we will be more receptive if you explain the nature, I suppose, of the enemy.
Yeah.
Are you saying it is Richard exactly? Is it some...
It is a thing that has existed.
is it Jeremiah?
It is a
Stag throws his hat on the ground.
It is a creature without mortal boundaries.
Please! Give us some sort of description! I'm gonna go insane!
I do not have a name for it. It has known body after countless body. Its name is War, and it is immortal. And it resides in 4119 Apentalis.
I hate to be a dick, but this is
Isn't
kind of
war
stupid.
one of the ancient
Yeah,
folklore
it is immortal. How are we supposed to...
non-heroes or something? Harbingers.
Demons of the end times.
Does he have a horse too?
Is he headless and you don't want fired?
Is the four horsemen?
In a matter of speaking. Stag,
Yes,
you're quite more familiar with this concept,
perhaps.
being that mark on your head is one of them.
Interesting.
Where'd you get... I mean, he's checking to see if his hat is definitely in front of his mark.
He would have seen it at some point.
You killed 7 people.
Oh yeah, also he assaulted a Huntsman's Guild base, so
Personally, might I add.
Yeah. Work,
One of those was
weren't you
my
a-
nephew. You are quite familiar with the concept.
Your nephew... I'm gonna need a refresher on that.
The one you murdered to summon a demon.
Ew. There were a bunch of different people there.
we never got a name.
Okay. The little...
The kid that you sacrificed.
The kid that you bullied and then killed. Yeah.
Oh, the little dickhead! Okay.
Yup!
He's like, oh.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Well,
Anyway.
the past...
Let it die!
The past is in the past. He wasn't even a good kid. Yeah. He, avoided eye contact.
The two of you have caused more damage to my family than anything else in the last 50 years. So I am offering you this. This is our truce. This is our ceasefire. You kill this war, this demon. Bring out of the world what you brought into it. And you can consider yourself off the season.
Okay, so you just, first of all, just so you know, your pretext for this offer was very, he's immortal, and his name is War. Those don't sound like very good odds.
I would not be here if I was capable of handling it myself.
Again, is it just us, or are we gonna get,
I believe you'll find adequate reinforcement.
I've done some research myself on the political landscape in recent years, and I agree there has been a sort of moon pulling the tide. Is it the governor?
Someone's been paying attention.
Thank you. I take notes of the campaign, so, you know.
I should know.
Campaign?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You know who your target is. You are very much acquainted with them.
So, just want to remind you guys, number one, you were employed by this man. And number two, you are employed by this man. You were sent to do demon shit for this guy, and you were doing like the what's his name?
Facility, yeah.
The train gang.
Hieronymus hit.
Yeah, the Hieronymus like doing surveillance there. You know, like
Yeah.
the too late note. That's that guy.
That was him.
Yeah,
He dropped a tank on you.
you did.
He did drop that guy. And there's no avenue for discussion, negotiation with this individual.
I have no doubt that you will attempt such. You see him like pause
Pleasantries.
And you've tried
such a thing.
You tried shooting him, right?
Yeah, you gave him a little, you know.
Do you believe I would be here?
So that's one of the things you have to check off the list. Okay.
No shooting, immortal,
Do you
war.
know? Or I suppose I should rephrase. How do you know of this individual? How have you come about learning this person, their name?
For 6 years I was under their employ.
So
Very
you got
near
rid of
that. Very nearly I was successful in bringing to fruition my plot, but he was quite a bit faster and more cunning than I was. He betrayed me. He replaced me with the Strauss head.
So it's
I've no doubt that he intends to dispose of him as well.
One last thing, connecting this all together. I assume then, if you are this in the know, then you know of Jeremiah Gray.
I knew him.
How does this tie into him and his actions? Because clearly you've been saying that we've been manipulated. He was a large part in that manipulation. It's how we ended up bringing Samara to the Strauss head. We were led along by one of his lackeys.
The War Maker. I'd say maybe 11, 12 years ago, he was sent to do some kind of research. And it led to his very untimely demise. But what he found out there in the sands was something far more productive than they had expected. I think here they found what they needed. The source for creating an army. One far more vast and capable than any by man or machine or even monster. He created his own unfeeling army. And soon, I believe, he will wipe over this whole world. He will control it. And
But then there wouldn't be war.
to that end, I am not quite sure of his motivation.
That is a fascinating thought. Like, is war not the conflict? It's the
No. No.
Alice struggles with it. It's the journey, not the destination.
No. We can get into technicalities about that.
Well, this.
To the ends of philosophy, I have very, very little care.
She looks over to me. That explains why you two don't get along too well.
He also killed my mother.
Oh, well, you know.
I don't have anything to say to that.
Your family kind of sucks, sorry.
I hope you understand the amount of maturity I am displaying here.
That's what I mentioned initially, yes. I'm quite surprised and appreciative, I suppose.
Because I refuse to be played. So then, I'll leave you to your decisions. What is it you do? You scheme with your friends, and
How urgent is this?
the world will end.
I was more asking what the deadline is to get over there.
I have no idea, in all reality. He just turns back to his vehicle and kicks the kickstand up.
Nice.
I have
No idea.
Also, good question.
I will say, Mr. Priceley, for my part, I will do my best to endeavor to resolve this.
So you're saying...
However, I would ask in return, like you are, turning a blind eye to these two individuals for their past grievances in exchange for helping you with this matter. I would appreciate you forget this location, any knowledge of this area. We like it quiet here. We don't need any of your ilk.
Quetso amales an insdai. You would recognize this language immediately. This is sort of a passed-down, modernized, apostate script.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
To know a beast is to know the world. To know the world, the beast.
Okay. What does that mean?
It's his moniker, bro. He's going...
I'll not be forgetting anything anytime soon.
I suppose we'll have to be ready then.
Yeah, he gets up. Yeah, he fishtails out of there and sprays you all with sand.
Oh, great.
The temptation to just try it was there.
Admittedly,
And I... You know what?
probably would have been for the best,
I don't...
but I feel like that would be a
Poor business decision.
poor first step in our potential relationship.
What potential relationship?
You.
Well, this. I mean, clearly he wants us to do something, and
Well,
My goodness, this is...
I guess we gotta go get ready to do that.
I think...
So he's telling me that I can be a hero.
I don't think that's what he would call it. I think what he's telling you is...
Seems to be the one way that I can personalize it.
No.
Something I want to do.
No, well, I mean, I suppose if you want to put a romantic... I mean, they're getting back into the thing and driving back. I suppose if you want to put a romantic spin on it, then yes, you are being a hero, slaying the great beast. What I am seeing is he is manipulating you and using you as a weapon.
Of course.
But I will say,
Nevertheless,
if we're going to kill a demon, personally, my odds are a lot better against war than they are against wrath.
Oh.
In fact, I assume actually, now that I think about it, if she does quotations, if Damien was aware of my existence and was attempting to use my abilities, my body, she gestures back to Amoria, my old body, to create life, it makes sense why he would summon another of our kin, try to wield all of the powers at once.
I'd rather do something that is morally charitable, because I find that...
Well, just to cut in, stopping the world from exploding is pretty charitable.
Yeah.
But it
That's
does
very
it feel
optional.
good though?
Milo's thing
That's
is right now
I do
is like-
want to like hammer in. That was his point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It took a
Stop
long
doing
time
what you
to-
want and start doing what you
people need.
are required to have what you want.
Yeah.
So that's what Milo's thinking is a lot of like. It's less like things happening to him now, and now he's getting the symptoms of things that have happened to him now. And now that's kind of going on, but like, I think I'm unfortunately a little inspired, and that's the negative aspect that he is playing me for a fool.
I don't think this is a very optional thing.
Of course it's optional. I can just walk that way and just call it a day.
He would die.
That's not how. Well,
Still
And
an
if he's
option.
lying.
it is an option.
I
It'll
guess
be a
we
very
decide.
short walk.
Yeah.
That's very true. I think I'd like to kill war together.
That's probably the best decision to make.
I will say,
Give me more time to really figure out who I am and what I want to be.
you should.
Just being who I was.
Yes, I suppose. Well, it seems a little counterintuitive. Yes, killing war might actually help you in your journey to peace, pacifism. Well, if nothing else, my path is clear, which is
Are you going to go back in your old body?
She nods. I am going to need...
See, my instinct was right, man. I was gonna see if that thing could grow, and I don't know. I found it very interesting.
I think, thinking back to the memory where they were afraid, and you were saying, like, he's going to ruin everything. Do I have a sense for who he is? Can I sort of... I mean, like, I can roll something for that, too.
Yeah, roll. You have a skill for that, actually.
Do I?
Yeah.
It's called lore.
Yeah, you have a skill.
Do you get advantage?
Yeah. Glad I have advantage on that. That is 19.
Yeah.
That is a 19. You sort of delve into, like, there are
Palace.
connections you have with these creatures, and you can try to communicate with them and try to, like, feel them.
Mm-hmm.
You try to enter a connection with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Maybe trying to use that finger as a catalyst. Too.
Right. And you feel that he broke the cycle. You remember a mounting fear and confusion And most of all, there was actually a sense of betrayal that you felt. And then it was all over.
Alright, well that's good. Yeah.
So was War alive during the last cycle and he lived into this cycle?
Last cycle
Who
being
can
the
say?
last.
I assume not, but I mean, who even knows? But yeah, like I don't know if you guys have anything else, but like I'm gonna sip the goo.
You go back to the Chimera head?
You were there.
Alright.
So can she just like do this whenever she wants, or does she have to find an old body and also?
The body.
No,
yes.
she's basically. Yes, I will say I don't know. Well, I can definitely manipulate my form, but I will say this will be the last you'll see of. She does like a little curtsy. Like this is a. This
weird.
isn't me. This is my. I mean, you don't know everything about this.
That's
I-
a host, right?
Yeah, basically, this is a host I've had for several years, and I'll be shedding her.
And the deal with the Chimera head is.
It is a full body now.
She died. She went to another host,
What
and
makes
the
a full
Chimera head
body?
just chilled
Yeah.
as an empty corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess. So yeah, she puts a bunch of heaters out, sort of.
It's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a full body at
I
this
feel
point.
like we should pray now.
then it would be a cult.
Yeah.
She says.
She has a lot of cult aspects.
I will also
Says
say
the
too.
man with a literal cult tattoo.
I
on
had no
his
choice on
forehead.
the matter.
You very willingly.
I will
Not
say
really.
also, just as soon as she gets back, she's like, "All right, by the way, we're all moving out. Like we're packing up. We're,
Yeah.
we're getting out.
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
We are moving to a. We are moving to a different location. Pack up all
Why
of
would
the.
you move all your people?
Well, because someone just found their city.
Not just someone, literally like the guy who hunts us down.
Although you were told that he was excommunicated
Even
12
still.
years ago.
Even, I believe that he.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like he's.
Fair assumption.
Yeah.
She moves your people.
And
Yeah,
also, like,
everybody's moving.
She's
Now
a
that
chimera
things
now.
have escalated
Wait.
so much in the past few
There's
days,
not really any point in hiding.
there's not even that. There's nothing to gain from this location other than sentimentality.
When she changes forms, does her voice and like her gender stuff change too?
She's literally hopping from one body to the other. So
Okay. What,
God, I'm
what
gonna
about
have to think about that. Do I want to give her a new voice? I don't want to, but
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
don't have to.
you don't have to.
Yeah. Anyway,
What do you
yeah,
say?
she's.
You do have complete control over whatever physical form you're in.
Yeah, I suppose I could just like.
You could just change. It would take a while.
Mm.
You'd have to do it bit by bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she's gonna like defrost.
What's it look like?
It's a chimera.
She's just oh wait. So this animal.
So I'm heating it up with my fire hand, right?
No, she puts
No.
heaters
Just
around.
put-
Yeah,
Oh,
like heaters.
Oh.
Fire might actually just kill it.
Yeah.
But no, it's weird. She like goes into another room, and like she can do this around you guys. It's safe. There's no because you have the leech thing.
Yeah.
She comes back out. The suit completely off, and she looks completely different. Elongated arms. The skin looks like the texture of like an elephant tusk, but it's flexible. And
Ivory.
yeah, it's very old and like there's a lot of texture there, and there is a long sort of bird head with a couple eyes and 2 pairs of large wings.
No, that isn't a good image. That isn't a good image.
Eldritch.
Like a skin-colored anthropomorphic bird.
It's not skin colored.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
a little bit of a
ivory
freak.
She
Not
like
kind of kettle
she
black,
like-
but
she-
like you're a little weirder than me.
if you say so. And you like you hear that voice like in the real world, like it emanates from her, but like she doesn't move her mouth. You don't even know if the beak can move
Oh, I
like
love
that.
Psychic A.
I mean,
Shut the fuck up.
still don't look bad, but like.
Alright, you look.
Furry confirmed.
I mean, he
Well,
is.
being a furry and then being a
Oh
furry.
my god, furry. Okay, so is the chimera anthropomorphic, or is it just seriously like
It
a
is an
lion body?
animal.
Okay.
It is a 6-legged. There is a big scaled body. There's 6 legs.
6 legs.
Big scorpion tail.
7 flag. That was such a rat-raised thought, I'm sorry.
Where is it?
It's over here.
Actually, what? Fuck it. I'm giving him like 5 different scorpion tails because that's rad as shit.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like a 9-tail, but with a bunch of scorpion
Is it
tails.
a boy chimera
Does Stag check?
or a girl chimera?
Does Stag
Is it
check?
obvious or
No, do you check?
What is your instant success
Oh no, he has
perception
instant
value?
success perception.
Does he check?
I percept?
You percept.
Just.
No, but like, does he actually?
I said yes.
It's both.
Yeah, it's male.
Is she gonna keep?
Dawn confirmed.
That or what? All right. Yes.
Yeah, so basically
Please,
she
no.
goes up to it and just like,
You are on top of the mountain again. You're in a small clearing that looks like it has been carved out. There's a straw bed, and you're just sort of sitting there, and you are fully conscious. This is not just a recollection anymore. This is a memory that you are experiencing again. You are sitting, and you are conversing with your brother. War is sitting across from you. He is in the form of a tall, long-armed, winged creature that is, you would call almost chitinous. And you know this is where you gather every so often to talk, and more often recently. Something's been bothering him. And he has come to you to talk about it. And most recently, he has explained that the cycle has started to wear on him. And not in the way that he is tired of performing it, in the way that he feels that things may change in a way that is for the worse, and they will continue to worsen on a grand scale.
what is his, you know, obviously each of the harbingers are a little bit more nuanced than, you know, this is my shtick, but like, what is his definition of worse?
Every time we create these worlds, we watch them grow. I have started to notice, I know you've seen it too, they decay, and faster than we can cull them every time. It is a few years earlier. This world is dying. It can't take more of this. These cleansings, they cannot be sustained for much longer.
Do you have a potential solution? What would you do?
Well, it's not quite within my power to do anything, is it? Other than destroy. Other than what we were created to do, it's perhaps a fair bit more emotional than simple distress at surroundings. I feel that we have stopped serving our purpose, and I question what our purpose is.
That's to be expected. It's after a while of the same, it does make sense.
But further back than that, our reason for creation. I do not question my existence. I am that I am to be, but perhaps this form is flawed.
You think you are not... Do you fear that you are not who you want to be, or you are not enough? of what you are trying to be.
I fear that I am imperfect. And perhaps that I should be.
It's an unsatisfying response, I'm sure, but perfection is subjective in my opinion. Even as someone who can create all that I can, there is no perfect creature on the earth, and I do not loathe that fact.
Then why should we be applied standards?
Explain.
Of whose standards do we operate?
My immediate reaction would be to say, it is our own.
But then, why are we imperfect? You're back in the room. And you are within an old, familiar form. It takes you a moment to even realize that things have changed.
What happens to my old body?
It just...
Well, that one was
Milo and
hard.
Stag, you see it just tip forward and hit the floor.
The female one or the weird?
To call the original one female is...
The gross one.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
like you had a female
Okay, no,
face.
it's
and then
weird.
you
Oh,
had
that one
a
went into a
different
different
one.
room.
Yeah, no, basically what happened is she was like, alright, this is the last time you're going to see me like this, bye, left,
Mutated.
went back to her... Basically, the Alice that you've been looking at isn't the real Alice, it's just like a mask she puts on, beneath the actual mask. The
mask
real
on top of a mask.
the real Alice is like bird, and then the bird...
Oh, so
Monster.
the bird face is going.
Bird face.
Yeah.
The chimera.
And
all
what is the
12
reason
eyes.
for her changing into this?
So I can go Super Saiyan.
So she can
Okay.
regain all of her memories.
Okay.
And you see all the eyes open up. And it feels like putting on old, worn gloves.
Yeah, takes a deep breath in.
So you have 6 legs. How many arms?
Technically
It's a
4 legs.
lion.
Technically 4 legs and 2 arms.
Like a centaur, basically.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Why did you say 6 legs?
Died. I was just counting
Oh,
limbs.
sorry.
6
Oh,
limbs,
okay.
yeah.
4 legs, 2
Oh,
arms.
so she's a centaur,
Basically.
except the weird chimera.
We can
Scaly.
get like
All
a picture
scaly?
for you later.
Yeah.
Well, this is...
Do you make any immediate changes? Does your current mind feel more comfortable with anything?
The
I don't know.
balls stay.
Weirdly, that she has a weird fondness for birds, I think. So I don't think she's going to, like, dismiss anything, but I think she'll, like, give herself...
Immediately, well, yes, because as you inhabit this form, it changes immediately to you. And, yeah, wings.
I think she's just gonna get, like covered in feathers.
Oh, yes, scales rattle and shift from hard plates to feathers.
And, like, I don't know if I think the eyes, like, stay where they are on the head, but, like, the face elongates, so, like, it's just a long beak with, like, rows of eyes on the beak. This is nice. It'll take some time to get a body that I can present around other people, but,
A firefly goes out.
Oh, damn, which one?
The one that you have been waiting on.
I had 2.
Yeah, the one north in the bastion.
Which is near. Is that near anything important?
That's the sentinel, right?
Yes.
He dies.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. What was your exact...
That was my
programming?
explicit instructions. If he were to die, the firefly dies. If he were to move, the firefly will stay with him.
Right. So the firefly goes out.
Okay. Yeah, she just sort of like acknowledges that. Are there any like mental connections that I didn't have before attaching to this body, but I do now?
You feel as a vague wave, and then in slow pulses, you feel things begin to wake up beyond the black. Things that have not seen the light of the day or even the dark of the black. You feel them stir.
Do I remember their origin now?
Yes, from thousands upon thousands of years ago. More importantly, you feel connection to Milo. In the way that...
Do I get to notice that connection be realized in her body, or...
In the way that your offspring are a part of your psyche, you know that he has been made of a part of you.
Are you winning, son?
And Milo, you can kind of feel that as well.
There's like a sort of mental connection there.
Yeah, this kind of sucks, I'll be honest with you.
You can hear her voice.
So is it like telepathy now, or...
Huh, well there's that mystery solved. You were definitely created with my old body.
Did I have a fucking mom?
Okay, here's the thing. Do I remember all of the Chimera Head's memories in recent time?
No.
Like, okay, so
And-
all of the Jeremiah stuff I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be aware of.
Not yet. You're still
Processing a lot, yeah.
Yeah, you're still not able to access most. It feels like the body you're currently inhabiting is still kind of non-conformed to you yet.
Yeah, I think I might have to take some time in isolation and
You do feel
process.
yet another new creature spring up. This one in the light. You feel this being out around Griot. This one is very recent.
Is it the big boy or is it the
And it is also a part of you.
which one are we talking about?
That is no.
Please.
She she doesn't say anything, but she just like kind of listens like, all right, let me
Wonder who you are.
Yes, I don't believe we are acquainted.
Such will be a soon remedied.
Is the location thing two-way?
You know what
Yes.
Is this the slime guy?
Sure, let's call him that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slime
Is
day.
this the guy who was like fucking with Myra?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're talking. Okay, Frenchman.
Because in sessions past, it was revealed that he found another piece of an old body, and
We can make our assumptions based on that.
yeah,
Like he ate it.
yeah, he ate that shit. He ate a hand.
Okay.
He ate a pestilence hand
He found a piece of her old body and just ate it
and just ate it,
for fun.
and is now the way he is.
He cursed.
Okay, here's a weird question, and we can't actually let... I don't know how much I want to engage with this because he is not very far in the timeline. Am I connected to the sheriff, too?
You are... As you extend your mind's eye there, you find dozens more.
I think she's going to keep quiet with most
But
people.
you can't actually hear him. And
Okay.
you can't really know where he is. He himself is kind of a dark spot.
Sure. Well, that's fascinating.
So like, are you like my mom now? I don't know how much I.
What?
Yeah, Stag has been out of the loop for all of this.
What is happening?
What?